Hello and welcome back to another episode of Smutfairy. We are your Fairy Smut Mothers. I am Kato.
And I'm Elle.
And we're here to bring you just another smut.
Woohoo!
Does what it says on the tin.
We're nothing if not consistent.
I need to nail down an intro. I'm trying to mix it up and I've fucked it every time. But
that's okay.
I got halfway through the thought of a new one the other day and I never finished it. Just another thing I'll get.
Just another DNF.
Just another DNF, like most of my thoughts. My thoughts, DNFs.
And that's probably for the best.
For those who aren't in the online book world, a DNF means did not finish, which means you didn't finish reading the book.
Mm.
So that's a little nugget for those of you who aren't chronically online on book Instagram.
But I feel like if you're listening to our pod,
you should be.
You should. That one.
That's
okay. We're always here to help people learn.
Exactly. And as mentioned, we are now video. We're video girlies. We'll see how this goes. We're fighting for our lives, but we'll do the thing.
Technical setup required for this is actually insane.
But I think we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're going to have a pretty
smooth whole new computer.
Look, I cannot stress enough that you are going to need to buy a new computer anyway, because Elle was operating a MacBook that was over a decade old.
Uh-huh.
And those things really do have a shelf life of a max of 5 years. No, shut up.
She's still going. I'm recording on her today.
Yeah, and you look like you're recording from a toaster.
Okay. Wow, that was uncalled for. It's actually called retro. Now, have you know?
It's called low res. Have you heard of it?
Why do you think I look so good? Because you can't see any of my blemishes.
It's a blurring effect.
For free.
The beauty filter comes free with a busted old MacBook.
I love my MacBook. She's put me through 2 degrees and full-time work. She's done her time.
Yeah, and it's time to retire, the poor girl. Give her a fucking break. She's actually begging you.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Yeah, it's time for the big sleep for the MacBook.
No, I'll get sad.
Yeah, well, you'll also be able to run a pod on this one, so...
Yeah, look, there are lots of pros.
Correct. Anyway... I thought we'd start with a little update on what we're reading.
Fun.
This week. Just like what we're up to, like what we're reading besides what we read for the pod. You know what I mean? Because we are bookworms.
We are. I have several books on the go right now.
Mm-hmm.
I am on the last, maybe 100 pages of Kingdom of Ash. And everything is hitting the fucking fan.
Yeah, Godspeed.
I read 3 pages yesterday and a character was reunited with everybody and then just promptly died, and I was like, oh great, really good.
I haven't reread that series since I first read it in 2019, specifically because of Kingdom of Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
great.
And I don't read empathetically usually.
Yeah, so that's why it's taking me quite a long time to get through it, because I actually just need to put it down and be away from it for a while.
So what are you mixing that in with?
I'm also reading a book by Tessa Bailey. It's a non-fiction book about Mary Curie and the influence that she's had on women in science. Incredible. Love her. I'm also reading, it's on my bookshelf, I can't see the title. Oh yeah, it's called Her Majesty's Royal Coven.
Oh yeah, you sent me the cover of that. It looks cool.
Yeah, my friend gave it to me. I've only read a little bit so far, but it's about this government department of witches, and I'm obsessed.
Slay. What am I reading? I have started, a third of the way through Conclave, I think it's Robert Harris, which they just made a movie about with Ralph Fiennes and Stanley Tucci. So obviously I'm going to be watching that because it's got 2 of my besties in it. Oh my God, the other night I read in one single night, because novellas are great for that. found it on Instagram, downloaded it to the Kindle, and had it finished within an hour and a half.
Stunning work.
A smut, a gay genie smut.
Ooh.
Which is pretty spicy. And so I've been reading the odd smut here and there. I have been reading or audiobooking Assistant to the Villain. Which
and how's that going?
I was under the impression that was a smut. I have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray.
That's so upsetting.
It's also, I'm listening to the Spotify version of it. And it is, the narrator makes me upset. So
is it an AI generated narrator, or is it a real person?
It is in theory a human. There's a human name attached to it.
Even worse.
It sounds a bit like AI, but also it's just like, the premise is cool. I made a TikTok about this. The premise is cool, but like, they're not doing enough with it. And the way it's written is just like not amazing. No. I persisted for a bit, and I've gotten so far that I need to finish. It's like Gilmore Girls. I have to listen to the end of it. Like, I had to watch the last 2 seasons of that show. So that's what I've been reading apart from these ones. Oh, and I am now in a book club.
Are you?
Yeah. As of like yesterday, with the girlies from my old social netball team.
Fun.
So we've got our first book. I could not tell you what it is. I can't remember.
That's
but
okay.
Our first meeting is in February, and it'll be every 2 months. And
Exciting.
we rotate location and book.
Love it. That sounds really fun. There's also another thing that you've been reading, a little treat from GM Fairy.
So true.
Yeah.
I got us an ARC, advanced reader copy, for those not in the know, of Pounded by Produce by GM Fairy, bestie GM Fairy. And I'll say it, she fucks a vegetable.
Yeah, I mean.
And they're priests.
It's about time.
So, and quite frankly, it delivers on every single thing it says on the packet. I guess that's where I'm up to. Yeah. A lot of smart, but I'm really trying to read some that aren't.
It's called balance.
Hence Conclave, but it is taking me a while to get through Conclave because I can whip through a smart in an evening, but I need to concentrate a bit these days to read things that aren't stupid.
It does take a bit of concentration to get through, but you know, it's good for the grey matter.
It's good for the grey matter, as I've always said.
Grey cells.
As I've always said.
The little grey cells.
Yeah, this has been Brain Corner with Eleanor. Let's finally get cut to the chase, which is this week's book.
All right, let's get fucking into it. I have things to say.
Let's go. So this week, our episode is going to be on a reasonably new Tessa Bailey. I could not say if it was the newest one. She pumps them out like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
It came out last year, 2024. It's called The Au Pair Affair. We thought it was high time we did a nanny one.
And
but it's a bit of a nanny /
sports.
And we were overdue at Tessa, absolutely. And I hadn't read this one yet, which meant that it was going to be a surprise for both of us. It's the second book in her Big Shots series, which are all like sport kind of based. Listeners, we are mad, upset, discontented.
Genuinely furious, actually.
I'm just going to say it straight up the top. It is hard to spoil a Tessa Bailey book, and therefore I don't feel bad talking about the plot points, because if you've read one, you know the structure for them all. And that's why I like her. She's got a format, she sticks to it, and you know what? It hits like 85% of the time.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's got her system, and I go to her for comfort read because I know
what she does, and she's fucking good at it.
Yes. She's the queen of dirty talk, absolutely. Mm-hmm. There's no denying that. She writes some extremely horny shit.
Yeah, good.
Extremely horny shit. And a lot of her male main characters are very hot.
Mm-hmm.
It is everything that you need in a lowish stakes hetero smut. And it is, as far as I can tell, entirely hetero across the board. It's
she
deeply
knows
straight
what works
smut.
for her, and she's got it, but it is so hetero.
But you know what? There has to be a bit of hetero in there.
Yeah, there's something for everyone.
Something for everyone, and this is like...
It's not a bad thing. She does what she does really fucking well, and
this is why I often recommend...
hetero.
I often recommend her books to people who are just getting into smut, because I'm like, this is nothing crazy, but it is hot.
Beginner level, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You can...
I'm pretty sure one of the first books we did on the pod was a Tessa.
Our first 2 books on the pod. We did It Happened One Summer, and we did Hook, Line and Sinker. 2 TikTok sensations. 2 books we are big fans of. Absolutely. However, this one took the characters we loved at the start of this book and at approximately 72% in, which is, if you've read a Tessa Bailey book before, between 68 and 73% is when they fuck.
Yeah.
By 72% in this book, she took the character development and she scrunched it up in a ball and she threw it off a cliff.
It was actually more than that. She actually put them in a catapult and then fucking set it on fire and just...
They do, in fact, go cliff diving at the end of the book, so she metaphorically and literally threw them off a cliff.
She did.
We'll go into the detail when I summarise the plot about how all that comes about, but up the top, we just wanted to formally register our discontent.
Yes.
So that you know the vibe we're going in with.
I'm unhappy.
We feel hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
Exactly. Okay. The tags and triggers on this one. It's a bit of a age gap. Employer-employee power dynamic type situation. I've put here that one of the tropes in it is just fucking the nanny.
Yeah.
Kind of explains it all. It's called the au pair affair. I think we can all gather that. And I guess becoming a stepmom. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. Becoming a stepmom also, like...
Yeah, crazy.
You know, yeah, fucking someone with a child, etc. The triggers are, apart from just, like, kind of shitty behaviour, we have kidnapping and attempted murder, like, recounted.
And it was very intense. The recap?
Yeah, I'll go into it, don't worry. Distrust of men / feeling unsafe around men.
Understandable.
And hectic injury.
Really hectic injury.
Yeah, back injury. And as someone who recently turned 30 last year and now just gets back injuries, apparently, I was crippled for 2 weeks recently. I empathise.
Yeah.
I empathise. And so therefore triggering for me, I guess. All right. Should we get into the plot summary? Let's go.
Jump into it.
So, the books in this series, the Big Shots series, are loosely connected, but they can be read standalone. This is the second book, but there is a little bit of context that comes from the first book that you don't necessarily have to have read. They pretty much give you all the answers. So, the backstory to this one is that our main characters, Burgess and Tallulah, met months before this book is set in California at a lunch with their respective besties, who are the couple that get together in the first book.
See, I haven't read the first book, so I didn't know that.
I also haven't read the first book, but I gathered it from
Crazy.
Yeah. So, 37-year-old Burgess had the hots for 26-year-old Tallulah straight away.
That's my age, right here, right now. Just for some context.
How would you feel about a 37-year-old man with a 12-year-old child?
Not favorably.
Would you still?
I mean, look, it depends. There's a lot of variable factors. It depends on how hot he is, really.
Burgess level hot.
Yeah, I think about it.
I think you do more than think about it. I think you dream about it.
That's none of your business.
Yep, we'll get to that. So Burgess met Tallulah, was immediately like, you are hot. But she was Antarctica bound for a research stint in her field of marine biology. She was off to study the penguins.
I'm obsessed. I love her.
Which, really quirky of her. Uh, Burgess is a veteran ice hockey star, and he's got a 12-year-old daughter, Lissa. And he has an amicable relationship with his ex-wife. And by all accounts, he's generally considered a good guy. He's also a smoking hot.
Smoking.
A smoking hot. Like, giant man, jacked, like shredded to shit, beard, tattoos, plays ice hockey, the works.
All the factors.
Exactly. With the ability to fuck of someone who is 37. All I'm going to say. So, Tallulah had mentioned that after Antarctica, she is going to Boston for grad school. And she needs somewhere to live. So she is offered a job working as Lissa, Burgess's daughter's live-in au pair, as a perfect solution to everybody's problem. And yes, yep, for sure, this is exactly why Burgess offered it. There was no selfish second reason at all.
There was no ulterior motives.
No, that's the term I was looking for. Absolutely no ulterior motives. Bracket sarcasm. And so Tallulah is skittish around men, being alone with men, etc., for reasons we will get into. But since Wells and Josephine, which are the besties from the first book that they got the lunch with, they vouched for Burgess. So she was like, all right, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a whirl. He's got some good references. So opening the book, Tallulah is at a smoothie place over the road from Burgess's apartment, and she's second-guessing going in and taking this job.
I have some thoughts and feelings about this interaction specifically. She has just moved from Antarctica, like has her suitcases fully just upped and moved, has not had a meeting with this man to set terms and conditions, has not visited the premises, and has not done any recon about the actual area she's going to live in.
Yeah, I mean, a quick FaceTime wouldn't have gone amiss.
Even a phone call.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Anything.
Well, that's kind of, she gets to the smoothie place and she's like, oh wait, I've done no research on this.
I don't know if this was a good idea.
So she's really second guessing it. And she's also, a video's come up on her phone in her feed because she is in Boston where Burgess plays ice hockey of him breaking someone's nose in a game. And his nickname for the team is Sir Savage, and he's the enforcer on his team. So he's the one fucking stepping on necks. And he's just like fully not above an elbow to the nose. You know what I mean? And so she's like, hey, I'm pretty hesitant around men as it is. He seems nice.
Quite violent.
But like, what if you just snap suddenly and become like Sir Savage, but like in your house and I'm there? Bad. Feels bad.
Yeah,
so
feels wrong.
She's like, maybe this isn't the move after all. I'm so glad she realised this literally across the road from the place and not any time before that. These are all valid concerns from her.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's for this exact reason that I always go on first dates in very public places with many witnesses.
Extremely public.
Extremely public. Like, as out there as I can be. The busiest place I can think of. What is with men? Men love to be like, come to my house on a first date. And then every single time I'll be like, hey, no offense, I don't know you and I'm trying to stay alive. So I'm probably not going to do that straight away. Can we go somewhere public?
Yeah, can we?
And basically being like, a drink first and then we will see.
Yeah.
And then.
And to them, it's like you've asked them to give them a fucking kidney.
Some of them have the audacity to get offended by that. And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, but I wouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know that. I don't know you won't murder me.
Trying to stay alive out here.
We're trying to stay alive out here.
And it is truly dire.
Yeah, it's dark out there, people. Anyway, she's so late because she's been sitting here considering this the whole time. And then Burgess himself walks in to get a smoothie, which is really random of him, actually.
Really random, but also really funny.
Yeah. Okay, dude. And then so they like eyeball each other, and then they're like, well, I guess we're having the conversation. Anyway, Tallulah basically straight up tells him she's nervous to live in his house. She's like, yeah, I hadn't really thought that through. It's like, no shit. And then he does what all men do and goes, shit, I didn't think of that.
Didn't think of anything at all, actually.
Apart from the fact that she'll be moving into his house, and what pillow softness do we think she wants? I see what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make him consider it. But he didn't even think about her safety one time.
Not one time.
Not one time. So he's like, okay, shit, didn't think of that. Totally fair enough, actually, which is the correct response. And so he tells her that he can suss her accommodation elsewhere in Boston. And then he's like, what's your budget? And she's like, $700 a month. And he's like, she's not going to find anywhere for $700 a month that is not a crack den. So genuinely. He calls one of his teammates who is currently paying the rent on a place with 2 bedrooms for his future stepsister. And he was like, I need someone to move in with Chloe, his stepsister. And he was like, okay. Like, and Burgess is like, she has $700 a month, and the rent is easily like $5,000 on that place a month.
Yeah. He's like, I'll pay the rest of it. I'll cover it.
And so Burgess is like, I will cover her half, like the rest of her half, and she will only pay the $700 a month, and we will say nothing of this to her.
No words, nothing.
And so he's like, I found you a place. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And so Tallulah's like, okay. So she gets to the place. She takes one look at how fucking nice it is, and she's like, okay, well, you're lying to me. This is not $700 a month. And she's trying to tell Chloe, who lives there, like, you could get so much more than $700 a month for this. Like, what are you doing? I don't want to take it at this price. Like, that is taking advantage, like, blah, blah, blah. And then she fully spills the beans on what the actual situation is by accident. And Tallulah's like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, her and Chloe bond, which is cute.
Yeah.
And Tallulah's like, I'm going to a hotel and I'll work out what to do next. So she gets to the hotel and she realizes that living with Burgess for free plus a salary is in fact her best bet.
Nice area of town.
Yeah, really nice place. It is in fact her best bet. And that maybe it will be okay. She'll just like set some ground rules or whatever. So she turns up at his house basically to have this discussion. And that house is mid-meltdown because he's trying to braid his 12-year-old daughter Lissa's hair for school because she has volleyball and everybody braids their hair for volleyball, and he cannot do it.
He's never braided hair before.
He's tried like 10,000 times, and Lissa's like about to like scream, cry, throw up, which understandable. I get it. But Tallulah turns up. Lissa already knows her from when they met at this lunch like months ago and loves her and had known that Tallulah was meant to come and be her nanny. And Tallulah's like, I can do the braid. What type do you want?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, okay, wow, she's actually going to fix our lives like fucking Mary Poppins.
We need her.
So meltdown aborted.
Excellent.
Lissa goes to school, blah, blah, blah. Burgess is like very aware of Tallulah's discomfort alone in his house with him. So he makes the effort to like reassure her he's never laid a hand on a woman, never will, blah, blah, blah. And Tallulah kind of hints that there's like a reason for her hesitance and there's like a little bit of trauma there, and we don't find out what it is yet. Tallulah relents and says maybe she can come to dinner to start with and just kind of see. And he basically begs her to come and he's like, help me.
Please.
Help me.
I'm dying out here.
Plus, like, in his brain, he's like, I must have her in my house.
She's in my house. She can't leave.
She must be in my house. The quote that I put here from this was when it was like, God, this woman ruled his dick and she had absolutely no idea. One of them had no idea.
One of them had no idea. But this was like insane behavior from him. Like, obviously we love that he's obsessed and blah, 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 whatever. But, like, God.
Like, calm the fuck down.
Seriously, you haven't even touched yet.
Genuinely. So Tallulah goes over that night and she cooks Burgess and Lissa dinner. And being in the house with him, she's made very aware of the return of her very dormant libido up until now. And it's quite urgent. She is, as the kids say, down bad.
Down bad.
Down bad. But she does in fact recognize the conflict of living with the man that's employing her, and that it's problematic that she wants to take him for a ride.
I mean, at least that thought was had.
Yeah, and then she goes in anyway.
And you know what? That's an informed choice.
She's made the informed decision. I also would for no rent and pay.
Quite possibly,
and
yeah.
He's hot.
He's hot.
Like, I get it.
And obsessed with her, like.
Yeah. So she, at this dinner, basically once again helps Burgess parent his preteen because he is just, like, not equipped for this.
Mm-mm.
And then Burgess and Lissa are basically trying to convince her to take this job. And Lissa's like, you should show her the rooftop. And Burgess is like, we're going to play dirty. I like it. And, like, they're like, before you make a decision, like, maybe just come see the rooftop. Anyway, so he takes her up to the rooftop and it's, like, fucking insane. There's, like, fairy lights and, like, little garden and, like,
paths and water fountains and, like, the whole shebang.
I want a rooftop like that.
Me too.
In my building.
And there's a neighbor with a dog that just runs laps, like.
Yeah. So cute. So on the rooftop, Burgess and Tallulah are just, like, chit-chatting about the man has obvious back pain.
Yeah.
Like, that has become clear through the way he's moving, and he winces all the time, and when something's not right there. And then he basically says to her, you really help our, like, family dynamic in the household. We really want you to, like, work there, be the nanny. And then he's like, you don't have to tell me, but, like, what is the go with you and men? And Tallulah's just like, let's fucking go. And
she
tells him
just
everything.
tells him the whole story.
Yeah, so trigger warning comes in here because this is actually quite hectic for a Tessa Bailey book especially.
Very hectic.
So we learn that Tallulah's family moved over from Istanbul in her teens, and she had a neighborhood friend that she hooked up with casually until college, and then it kind of ended because she moved away. In her second year of college, he appeared and was living in the place next door. Like, he moved into the flat next door. He just sort of popped up. And then one day when Tallulah was getting her mail, she got drugged and kidnapped and locked in a cupboard for 2 days by this guy. And he basically had planned to end her. So horrifying. And she escaped. She literally pried up a floorboard and, like, smacked him over the head with it and got out of there. And then later on learned that he'd been stalking her online the whole time she was at college, like, seeing all her posts and just getting, like, more and more jealous and being like, why can't we be together and blah, blah, blah. And then finally just, like, broke and turned up. Yeah, upsetting.
Disgusting.
And, yeah, so he obviously wasn't taking that well. And then...
Really?
So I said, no fucking wonder she's skittish around men. This is, in fact, my nightmare. Yeah, and honestly, so that guy went to prison and was, in fact, murdered in prison.
Convenient.
Yeah, that really stops it from having to be a plot point later down the line. They were like, that ties that up with a nice little bow.
She can't be upset about it for much longer.
Murdered in prison. Problem solved.
Nobody has trauma.
Yeah, no, but it does mean that there's no possibility of him, like, coming back as part of the storyline, which is good because that's an entirely different book. Entirely different book. So she tells her story and Burgess is like, you're so brave. Like, you're doing amazing, sweetie, basically. And he's like, I want you to feel safe in this house. Like, what do I have to do for you to take this job and also feel safe? Like, I'll put as many locks on the doors as you want, like, whatever.
You can have the only key.
yeah, like, I won't be able to get in. And she's like, okay, well, he's obviously making the effort and making sure that my safety is a priority. So she takes the job. She's moving in. She moves in and she starts grad school, which is, in fact, why she's in Boston in the first place. Day one, she's assigned a partner for a project that they're doing for that semester. And he's kind of giving her, like, off vibes. He's like, we should catch up and, like, talk about the project.
Wanna go
like,
out?
ew. And she's a bit like, not feeling good about that, skittish around men. So she's invited out that night by a bunch of them at grad school. And she's like, oh, can I bring my friend Chloe? Because, you know, if I don't make the effort now, we might never actually end up as friends. She's not super enthused by this guy making these innuendos about, like, getting to know each other and shit, but she's like, I'll have Chloe with me. There'll be a bunch of us. Yeah. It'll be fun. So that night, Burgess comes home and Tallulah is helping Lissa with her homework, and she's dressed in a miniskirt and she's bending over the table, and he loses his fucking mind.
Yeah. Like, there is, like, 3 pages describing how good she looks in this miniskirt. Like,
yeah, no, it's like a fucking ode to upper thigh. Miniskirt. Like,
yeah.
What he does say here, which I thought was really funny, is when he goes, whatever you do, don't think about how it would look slapping off your stomach about her ass. And I was like, sir!
Ah! Whoa!
Just, whoa! What a visceral thing to think. Anyway, he comes home and his back is, like, very clearly killing him. And she, like, takes note of this, and he goes into his room and she kind of follows him in there to be like, is everything okay? Like, you look like you're in pain. And they have this really hot conversation about orgasm donation, and he's basically like, it's your call if you want to find out how I go about donating those. It is day one of her on the job.
Day one. Okay, honestly, as well, like, he's so worried about her safety, put locks on the door, blah, blah, blah. Maybe didn't consider that sexual safety might be something also that needs to be treaded lightly.
Genuinely, he's like, okay, but you can find out if you want. No.
Buddy, 24 hours.
Yeah, like, come on. So she goes out with Chloe and the people from grad school, and they both get a bit tipsy. They're like girlies out on the town. Honestly, it really reminded me of, like, us going out and
2 glasses
like,
red wine.
2 glasses red wine. Little dance.
Ice cream and home before 11.
God, it's good. We've nailed it. Anyway, the creepy guy is there. I can't even remember what his name is. And he's kind of suggesting, she's like, oh, I might go soon. And he's like, we can split an Uber home. I'm going that way too. And
in the car with me.
At the time, she kind of agrees. And then as soon as she walks away, she's like, wait, I hate that and I don't want to do it. And Burgess had been like, you call me if you need me to pick you up. And so he was like, I don't care if it's 2 a.m, you call me. So she calls him.
He picks up
and literally
immediately.
He picks up immediately. And then before they've even hung up the phone, he's like, text me the address. I'm in the elevator.
Yeah, I'll be there.
He's like running.
This man, I think, was still fully dressed, shoes on.
He was sitting on the edge of his bed holding his phone, just waiting.
Yep, waiting, watching. Car keys in the other.
Looking. He's ready.
Call me.
And so he comes to pick her up. She's a bit drunk. She calls him a mean daddy, which is really funny because he is a mean daddy. She's like, Chloe and I have agreed that you're a mean daddy. And he's like absolutely gagged for it. But when he arrives, they like flirt a little bit, but then she's like, I need to throw this guy off who wanted to split an Uber. I told him I have a boyfriend to make him go away. We need to make out to make that believable.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to kiss you so that he can see it and then leave me alone. I can totally see the drunk logic of this.
Me too. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Like, sometimes they won't leave you alone unless they see physical proof.
Exactly. And once again, a disgusting male trait.
Yeah, just actually heinous. So they kiss. It's quite hot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. There's a line here that I just was like, I need to read it out now because it describes the whole thing quite well. It was a kiss born of the hunger he'd been harboring since meeting her. Hell yes, it was. But her explanation had added two hugely potent ingredients to the mix: protectiveness and jealousy. In other words, he was a fucking powder keg.
Whoa!
Mancy's unleashing.
What in the metaphor is that?
What in the English lit? So they kind of like come to their senses a bit and they're like, oh shit, that got carried away. And they drive home.
Okay, also, on this, they make out against the side of the car. The guy goes away. They keep making out, and he puts her in the car, like on the car seat, and there's a logistical problem because either he's just like right on top of her, which again would not be coping well with safety issues, or he's like bent around the door, like the pillar, to actually get in. And I can't figure out what's going on. Logistically, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean the pillar?
As in, like, when the car doors open.
Yeah.
There's the wall of the rest of the car.
Yep.
And he says, like, he puts her in the car and she's kind of laying back.
Yeah.
I don't think she's leaning back, like, over the gear stick. I think she's, like, actually in the seat leaning back.
He could just be crowding over her, I think.
It just seemed like it was a lot.
Yeah. I'm not going to go back and, like, do the...
No, it's not worth it for this one. But no. I had questions.
Yeah, precisely. They have this, like, they continue their, like, horny conversation in the car because she's pissed. So she's already on that, like, train of thought. So she's like, well,
I was wondering.
He says, if you're implying I don't know how to make a woman wet, I'd be happy to disprove your theory, gorgeous. I only need one hand to drive this car.
Feral.
Disgusting. In the best way.
Oh, yeah, excellent, wonderful, show-stoppingly stunning.
Give me spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
14 of them right now.
Mm-hmm. I was flustered.
Yeah.
So in this car ride, Tallulah kind of reveals that she wants to start doing things to come out of her, like, trauma shell, basically. She's like, I've been hiding from the real world in Antarctica. And then she's like, great idea. We can do that, go and do all my fun activities. And then because you have to come as my security guard to make me feel good about doing it, we can practice and get you ready for dating again by hanging out with other humans. This will famously not end well.
Mm-mm.
When they're getting out of the car, he's like, she just, like, grabs his arm for something. And she's, like, touching it.
This is my favorite bit of the whole book.
And she's like, oh, so this is the result of a high-protein diet, because he's, like, fucking jacked. And she's like, good to know. Good to know. And he's like, I'm like this all over.
I was gagged.
Gooped.
Gooped and gagged.
And then he says, again with the crossing the fucking lines, he goes, you want to bring me around Boston on your adventures? Good. Let's go. Let me know if you want my bed to be one of them. Sir.
Oh my God.
She has trauma.
And
you're her employer.
She's drunk.
And she's drunk. I would have, had I been Tallulah drunk in the car in that situation, I would have done it. Right.
Probably, yeah.
I wasn't turning that down, actually.
Mm-mm.
And I can say that. I know that.
That's okay.
I know myself. So I think it's a couple of days later. Lissa is with Tallulah and she mentions that she thinks her parents are going to get back together. Her parents have, so Burgess and his ex have very like civil, friendly-ish vibes. Like,
yeah,
they co-parent well.
They've been separated for quite a while, like probably 8 or 9 years or something.
His ex has a fiance.
Yeah, like
who is
fully
not him.
Moved on.
So Lissa is like hardcore misreading the vibes as only a 12-year-old can.
Classic.
And so Burgess comes home and he's actually a good dad because he's been a bit struggling to be a good dad. And he's like, I think you'd make a great Juliet for Romeo and Juliet and like blah, blah, blah. And so Tallulah's like, I'm going to reward this man. Really weird. And so his reward is that she is going to massage his sore back.
Yep.
This is his lower back. And mine was also my lower back. And my God, it hurts so much.
Oh, yeah.
It's crippling. So he's, of course, shirtless for this. And we find out just how ripped he is. The answer is very. And it's actually, as soon as she gets olive oil, which is so kinky of her.
It really was. She just like seriously just poured some into her hand and I was like,
oh,
let's season this man.
Like a rotisserie chicken. So she starts like rubbing his sore back and he's like practically coming from just that. Like,
oh yeah.
Honestly, if it was strained and it was as sore as it sounds like it is, touching it doesn't really help.
No, this is what I was thinking.
Get that man some Denka rub.
Seriously, the
olive oil's not going to do shit.
Unless you're putting him above like a heat-sensitive lamp or something. Like, it's not going to... What are we doing?
It's probably a little bit too angry to be touching it at this juncture. Anyway, that's just from a girlie who's hurt her back recently. Did you guys know I hurt my back recently?
Remember when you gave yourself nearly a 3rd-degree burn from the Denka rub?
Oh my God. One of the episodes we recorded, I had the extra hot Denka rub and I put like too much on and I actually felt like my skin was singeing off my body. That shit is so burny. The other night I'd put a little bit on my hip because it's still a little bit iffy and then I like wiped it, but I didn't wash my hands and then I used my skincare and I was like, I fucked it. My face hurts.
Well, last night, my toothpaste and my cleanser are in almost identical sized bottles.
No.
And from the back, like they were both facing the wall, they look identical, basically.
That is an oversight by you.
It is, but I was also exhausted. Like, I've had 2 5 a.m. days and I just like, I'm done. And I rubbed toothpaste on my face and in my eyes, and then I was like, why does it hurt? Why is it spicy?
Why is it so gritty?
Yeah, I was like, is it exfoliating? What's going on? And then I was like, oh no, I've
minty
made
fresh.
A grave error.
Your pores, minty fresh.
I mean, my skin looks great today, so maybe there's some merit to it, but I wouldn't recommend.
Anyway, the back massage, truly a horny stretch of the book. Hello. There was some really intense conversation in there.
There was.
It's a truly horny stretch of the book. Some very intense conversation about the fragility of pro sports careers, not stretching outside their comfort zones, blah, blah, blah. Burgess agrees, reluctantly, that he will see a doctor if Tallulah agrees to give him a back massage every day. That is blackmail.
Blackmail!
Yeah. Anyway.
And it works.
He goes...
And it works.
It does work. It would work on me too, to be fair. The doctor tells him it's just strained muscles. And he's like, thank God, this is not the career ender that I thought it would be.
This man shits bricks over this fact.
Yeah, he's like, thank God. And the doctor's like, hey, you're not fully out of the woods. And he's like, no, it's so fine. Strained muscles, no big deal. Anyway, so they're going on to Tallulah's first Boston adventure. She's decided to trick Burgess into attending a singles mixer in a park. You would not catch me at one of these, dead or alive.
I just thought it was such a peculiar, like, obviously I get it's for the plot device, but there are so many better ones that could have.
The whole vibe was so off in this scene.
Answered.
It was bad. Like, they go to this park and they're talking and they're like clearly fucking flirting. And then they go to this singles mixer and everyone there is like, well, you two are in love. And they're like, no, we're not. And they're like, yeah, you are. And Burgess is like, I'm kind of in love with her. Like, in his brain, not out loud. But everyone there can tell. And Tallulah's like, no, he's here to learn. He's just normal. He's not the famous hockey player. Like, he's just here to learn. He's just here to date. And everyone's like, what the fuck, girl? Anyway, as they're leaving, because Burgess is like, we're leaving, a bunch of horny single women give him their number. And they're like, if it doesn't work out with her,
let us know.
Call me. And afterwards, he says to Tallulah,
because Tallulah is freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, what have I done? I didn't like that."
Yeah, she's like, "Wait, I hated that." And he goes, "The only woman I'm calling is you."
And he rips the business cards up and lets them fly into the wind.
Yeah, everybody's number.
It was very dramatic, actually.
Yeah, actually. Later on, Lisa goes to her mum's, and Tallulah and Burgess get into another horny situation. Every time these two people are alone together.
Horny.
The horn dogs.
They come out.
Woof. Burgess basically says, like, they're, like, hooking up. And Burgess is like, I want to fuck you, obviously, but we are not doing this unless you are all in. Like, I'm not doing this by half measures. I'm not fucking joking. And she's like, I don't know if I'm all in. It is really hot, though.
It's very hot.
And at one point, he does put his thumb in her mouth and tells her to suck on it. And I was like, please. So, there are children. There aren't children present, thank God. But
no.
Good grief.
Goodness and also gracious.
And also gracious. So Tallulah then has a meeting with this creepy guy that she's doing that project with. And Burgess is like, you're uncomfortable. Do you want me to be your bodyguard from afar, just in case, as like a security blanket? And she's like, yes, please. So at the cafe, the creepy guy does get creepy. And she's like, I can deal with it. Like, whatever. I'll just let it go. And then he insults Burgess by calling him like a Neanderthal because he'd saw them hooking up out in the car outside the club that time. And he was like, isn't he that hockey player? Like,
isn't he so old?
Like,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like, have fun with when you're done with your Neanderthal, like, come see me. And because of that, that's what gives Tallulah the confidence to tell him to go fuck himself. Yeah. And she feels great about it afterwards, which she could have been out here telling men to go fuck themselves all the time. It feels amazing.
Yeah. Continue to do it.
Anyway, she's like riding a high, yada yada the bit. The end result of this is she wants to go skinny dipping. Next adventure. So they go skinny dipping at night to this pool that she'd wanted to go to, like this lake. She goes in the water. Burgess stays out because he's a little pussy. And
boring. He plays ice
he holds
hockey.
Her towel.
This man's used to the cold.
And he's like, no, I'm good. And he like holds her towel for her. Like, live a little, my guy. Probably feel really fucking good on your back, actually, dickhead. So she's in the water still and alludes that she does want to fuck him, but not in a serious capacity. And he's like, nope, not unless you're all in. And he basically says he wants to be important to her.
Mm-hmm.
She gets out of the freezing cold water, runs straight into the towel that he's like holding for her, like she's 4 years old and has just finished swimming lessons. And surprise, surprise, they end up doing some horny shit.
Course.
This time, they essentially masturbate in front of each other in the car because she's like, do you want a little treat, basically?
Like
which is that she'll show him her tits.
Yeah. And she's like, which part of me do you want to see?
Yeah, so he picks her tits. So he's a T-man. Mm-hmm. But they basically end up masturbating in front of each other, like, to completion.
Just fuck already.
Are we not close enough to just fucking already? Yeah, just fuck already. Like, come on. But this is a Tessa Bailey book, and it's not 70% through the book yet, and therefore they're not allowed to fuck.
Exactly.
The hectic line from this, sorry, need to share it now. Can't wait till the end. When you're ready to call me your man, I'm going to spit on this hot little cunt and call it mine before I fuck it. Go ahead, lie and tell me you don't want that.
Shh. Quiet in the house, please.
I'm going to spit on. Oh!
That's fucking insane.
If a man said that to me, I actually don't know what I'd do. I can't even, I have no idea.
And I just can't think about it too much.
Best not to know. Best not to know. So basically after this, they just
go home.
Pack it up.
Yeah, seriously.
So Tallulah is taking Lissa to one of Burgess's games, and she gives Lissa her jacket, so she's freezing. So Burgess goes and gets a trainer to run his sweater up to her to keep her from freezing to death in the arena. And she's basically so hot for Burgess in his hockey gear, like in the game. And so after the game, she goes home and she's like getting off while wearing the sweater, like even thinking about it. He's not home yet. He's had his after-match team, blah, blah, blah. So he does come home right before she's finishing.
Excellent timing on his behalf.
And really good by him. Unintentional, but really good. And she finally is like, fuck it. I gotta deal with this.
I need this man.
Yeah. So she goes into his room after he's had a shower, because he's gone into the shower to jerk off, basically, because he's also turned on. And she goes in and is like, do you want your massage? And he's like, is that what it is? And she's like, can we call it that and see what happens?
Which I think is a fair thing to say.
Yeah, no. A stressful situation, to be honest. He obviously is like, yes, I want my massage.
Get in the shower, like, come on.
You get to touch me. And it's, don't go in the shower, please. While she's giving him the massage on his bed.
I thought they were in the shower at this point. No, this is on me. Sorry.
No, they went to the bed.
Okay.
So he asks her, you're still thinking about the shower from Lights Out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out our Lights Out episode, which was last week. Or last time. We're not releasing these weekly. Who am I kidding?
We haven't been for a very long time.
Not at all. So he obviously says, yes, massage me. And then he looks at her and is like, did it look like I was over the hill during that game? Like, do I look like I'm past it? Like, be honest.
Should I retire?
And she's like, are you fucking insane? Like, you're still better than literally everyone. And he's like shooketh by this.
Yeah.
And then she gives him a blowjob.
Yeah.
He is like barely holding on from the first second that starts happening.
Seriously, this man is fighting for his life.
His goddamn life. So once he's finished, she's like, that's okay. It's just about you. Bye. I'm still enjoying it because you're enjoying it. That's all it has to be. And he was like, you're not leaving my bedroom unsatisfied. And then he says, if you think I'd let that happen, you haven't been paying attention. And then he basically pushes her up against the door and fingers her until she finishes.
Crazy.
Against a door is hot. I don't care who you are.
It is. And underrated. Underutilized.
Yeah. He also says the iconic line here, which is talking about him and his bedroom. He goes, this is where you come to be fed.
This was an insane line from him, actually.
This is where you come to be fed.
Really out of pocket.
Oh, my God. He's so intense. Like, he literally needs to chill. And he's already in his mind, like, I want to marry her.
Like, even from the point where that other guy insulted him at the cafe, that was the point where he was like, I want to marry her.
Yeah. He was like, she defended my honor. I'm going to marry her. Basically, they agree to go on like a date after this. And I'm like, yeah, because you fucking.
Yeah.
Like, everything except, So he takes her for their date, the aquarium, after hours, just the two of them.
I
The
cannot
aquarium to themselves.
tell you
I would die for this.
how much of a perfect date this is.
I would die to go to the aquarium with no one else
Me
there.
too.
At
night?
On a date? Actually, I don't even need to be on a date. We could just
We could go. We'd have more fun.
We'd have the best time.
I'm gagged for it.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm sold. He got me good with
really
that one.
Smashed it.
I was already like, you're hot and you have a filthy mouth, but now you're doing aquarium private dates.
It's hot.
The bar is high. And Tallulah also pretty sold on it because she's like, what the fuck am I doing? This guy is literally perfect.
I'm gonna fuck this man right now.
Immediately. So they get busy in the aquarium. They're making out. They're not having sex yet. But they do then hot-footed home.
Yep. He's like almost speeding down the highway.
Yeah. He's like on another plane of existence
while
this is happening. Because he was like, basically, they agree to be boyfriend-girlfriend.
And this man loses his mind over it.
And then he's like, so we get to fuck now, basically? And she's like, well, that's what
boyfriend-girlfriend means.
You can take me home, strip me naked, fuck me, whenever you want. As hard as you want.
Crazy.
And he's like, sounds good. Let's go. But then they get home and they are, the only word for it is mouth fucking next to the car.
Yes.
When Lissa and her mother drive up,
God.
because her mum's got an emergency with her new fiance's family. So she's had to drop Lissa off early and unexpectedly. So Lissa sees her dad mouth fucking the nanny, takes that poorly.
It's an understatement.
It's so awkward. Bear in mind, she thought her parents were going to get back together.
Her mum is literally engaged to another man.
Yeah, but she's 12. She shouldn't care. And she literally said to Tallulah, she's like, you promised you weren't going to steal my dad. Fair point. No one's really considered her until this point. They were like, damn, yeah.
It actually looks quite bad when you put it like that.
Yeah, not ideal.
Okay, I have questions about this though, okay? So if her mum is actually like, she's driving her back to her dad's house, call on the way. Like,
I think he didn't check his phone.
Doesn't matter. What about grandparents, neighbors, anyone closer in the vicinity? Like, they don't live that close.
It was bold to just pull up and not be 100% certain that he's
especially
home.
In an emergency where you need to drop and run. I have questions.
Yeah,
look, it's not a main plot point. I just had questions.
You've raised a great point. Tallulah's like, this is very bad. I'm out. And so she bails to go to Chloe. She's like, it's best that I'm not in the house for a bit. Go. And she's right for that. So she's ignoring all of Burgess's calls and texts, and she's just like wallowing on the couch with Chloe, basically. And it's the next afternoon, and then Burgess, because she has not been replying to anything he sends or calls, has gotten Sig, who also has a key to this house because he pays for it, to let him in. So they just barge the fuck in, and they're like, we're sorting this out. And I was like, here we fucking
And this
go.
was really funny because Sig is like, I have a $500 Sephora gift card and an acai bowl in the car for you if you come right now.
And Chloe's like, leaving them alone. Because she was like, you can't, like, if she wants me in the room, I get to be in the room. And Sig's like, I have a fucking acai bowl in the car. And she's like,
I'm out, see ya.
What girl code?
Which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, no, I'd be the same. So basically they have a very brief conversation where he's like, please come back. and suddenly he's eating her out on the couch.
It was a very quick turnaround.
Whiplash, yeah. There was a really well-placed mine here as he like fucking licks.
Yeah, I agree. Good timing there.
Which was insane of him. And then at exactly 72% of the way through the book, they are fucking in the guest room.
Right on time, baby.
Right on time. I am not going to go into full detail. It's worth reading. But I am going to put a few quotes in that describe it better than I could. So he says, oh my God, my eye's so itchy. Why? The day we met, you could have asked me to bring you the moon on a platter and I would have done it. Ask me for galaxies now. You get anything you want, gorgeous. Just let me be the one to spread these legs.
Insane behavior.
There's also a couple of good girls in there for good measure.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, she heard the headboard crack.
Oh my God.
The groans of the bed springs running together into one long, continuous protest, a shout stirring loudly in his chest as he gave in to his nature and took her crudely, body bent in half, his lips peeled back in a snarl, sweat coating his expansive chest, muscles straining. He broke the fucking headboard.
He broke the headboard.
And
you know what? There's not enough breaking of headboards. I really appreciated this.
More broken headboards in Smuts.
Yeah.
Start a petition.
It just works really well.
It does. It does. So we're basically cutting to the next chapter once they've done the sex.
Once it's been done.
Once the sex has been done. Burgess is at his next hockey game. It's an away game. He is like floating.
This man is on.
He's like, I have Tallulah. I don't need anything else,
everything
even hockey.
I have ever wanted.
He's like, isn't the sky so blue? Like,
isn't it nice to be alive?
And then the game is in progress and he takes a fucking knock. And it is, they call it a widowmaker. It's a career ender.
Seriously?
Like, his back had been feeling okay or like enough that he could play on it. It could obviously not take the full weight of another hockey player bashing him into the wall at the wrong angle. So his back's fucked. It's not just strained anymore. It is fucked. And he is like lying on the ice, like immobilized.
He can't get up. It's bad.
He cannot move. And all he can think is that he's now this like broken heap for Tallulah. He's like, I'm a has-been now. She's not going to want me. Like,
we've got bigger problems right now.
So Tallulah's obviously watching the game, sees him go down like a ton of shit, and is like, I'm getting on a plane immediately. Yeah. She goes to visit him in hospital. He says some truly horrible things to her. And she's like, you know, he's not in the right space. Like, he doesn't mean any of it. He's just lashing out, like, blah, blah, blah. This is where the book takes a sharp left turn and just swan dives off the cliff.
Yeah, look, I'd agree. I'd say that the injury is actually where things go downhill.
Yeah, pretty much right there. Like, none of this is really necessary.
No, and none of it was good.
Yeah, it got tough after they had sex.
Hate it when that happens.
So he's fucking awful to her. He says all this shit and she's like, he's just lashing out, like, blah, blah, blah. He says something that finally, like, tips her over the edge and she's like, I'm walking out. So she just abandons him, like, fully broken on the hospital bed.
And rightly so, because he is such a cunt to her.
He is, but then he immediately was like, fuck, and, like, called after her and, like, I don't know. It was bad on both ends, in my opinion. So after that, he spends like a week being like refusing to start fucking rehab and just being like a ghost, a shell of a human.
He's like ready to die, basically.
Yeah. All his friends have to come into the hospital and perform an intervention because he's just sitting in there and wallowing in his own self-pity. 5 o'clock.
Can't cancel that again.
4:30, jazzercise.
So, well, hunger? Tell no one.
Tell no one. Am I just eating because I'm bored?
But what would I wear? That's it, I'm not going.
Should I just start reciting the Grinch from top to bottom? I probably could. So all his friends are there to do the intervention, and his daughter, who he has barely even fucking thought about.
Not once.
This whole fucking time he's thinking about Tallulah. What?
If I
used
was
daughter
the
as
daughter,
like final.
I would be pissed, capital P.
I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
Like, they literally bring her in as like a last resort. They're like, get your shit together and do your rehab.
Yeah.
And like Lissa comes and he's like, oh, I should do it for Tallulah and for Lissa. What? You have to be a dad. Like, go and fucking do your rehab for your child. Like, what? You need to be a functional human, and you can be if you just go and do the rehab. It gave me the shits. He just didn't even consider his child, really.
It made me really upset, actually.
Yep. So we basically cut to 6 weeks later, and Tallulah's been out adventuring on her own and like freeing herself from her trauma, etc., without Burgess. So she's doing it alone. Whatever. And so Tallulah and Burgess are actually the sole members of the bridal party in the wedding for Wells and Josephine in Costa Rica.
Slay, TBH. Love a wedding in Costa Rica.
Pardon? Yeah, where's my invite?
Let's go.
I'd love one. Thanks. So it's going to be an awkward reuniting.
Yeah.
This is like 6 weeks later.
Yeah. And
this part,
the injury that he had is at least 12 weeks is like getting back to normal functioning. Okay?
Before you're doing literally anything outrageous. I don't think he's sitting on a plane that long. So he had to get surgery. Like he cooked herniated
it. He cooked it.
He cooked it. So this part of the book, for the rest of the book, just sucks. I'm sorry.
It was so difficult to get through. I hated it.
Weird to each other and so childish. Yep. Tallulah agrees to like a schedule of like action-based activities, basically to get away from the hotel where Burgess is. And Burgess signed up as well. So it's just going to be the two of them because Wells has fucking engineered it that way to be like, you need to talk to her. There's this insane scene at the pre-wedding drinks the night before the action and adventure day where she like wears a revenge dress, which iconic. We all should.
Yes.
I also would in this situation. And he like cannot get his eyeballs off her. He's like a woogating because of course he's still in love. And Tallulah's like, no, I think I'm over him. And I'm like, it's 6 weeks. Like, I don't think you are.
I don't know.
And then
maybe by then
he basically corners her against they go around the corner to like talk and he just like fucking piles her up against the wall. And it's like hate fucking.
I hated this so much.
The vibe is so off. They're so mean to each other. But he's like, but I love you, so I'll take whatever I can get, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is so
selfish and disgusting and icky.
It's so yucky on both sides. So there's that, which is like, ew. And then they've got this activity, like all these fucking adventure things on the next day. And he's so overprotective. Like, you have no right to be.
Like, they're going zip lining where you're strapped in.
And he's like, I don't trust your equipment, like blah, blah, blah. And the guys are like, it fucking works.
It's my full-time job.
Genuinely. And suddenly, because he's being so overprotective, she's like, oh my God, he does care about me still. And I'm like, he's being a psycho. He's being a psycho. And normally the old Tallulah would never have.
No.
She would have been like, let me do it myself.
Let me punch this man and push him off the cliff myself.
Literally. So it's also been 6 weeks since he had literal fucking back surgery and they go cliff jumping. And on ATVs. Like, the bouncing of being on an ATV with a fucked back makes me want to cry.
This man's on a contract as well. Like, if the contract...
I couldn't even sit at my desk at work. What? It's so stupid. And he's also so out of pocket because he's like, she's like, oh no, I didn't really wear a good bathing suit to go cliff jumping in, but I guess we'll see. And he's like, I don't give a fuck if we're together or not. No one but me is seeing you naked.
Hated that.
You don't own her?
Hated that.
Grow the fuck up. Yucky.
I actually just have like nothing good to say about this half of the book, this 30% of the book.
Yeah. So they go cliff jumping and she does lose her bathers because of course she does. And he takes her to like this cave and then they fuck in the cave. Yep. And it's like a bit hot, but also too weird to be truly hot. And then it's like they're two completely different people.
Seriously.
And then we've got the wedding. I'm kind of yada-yadaing it because we're almost there. Then we've got the wedding. And Tallulah gets told by some old guy that's sitting at her table that he saw the article that Burgess did saying that he's like rehabbing for a girl. And he was like, oh my God, you're the girl. And she's like, what? What about your child?
What about your literal daughter?
He has like her fucking photo up on the wall while he does like his rehab exercises. It's fully crazy. He's in
prison.
And it's an article in like Sports Illustrated. Like, what?
I hate it.
And then from this, purely from this, Tallulah's like, no, wait, I am in love with him.
Hated it.
And so their friends get married and they're obviously walking down the aisle next to each other because they're the only people in the bridal party. And they're like in love again or whatever. And so their friends get married and then they're together and they're in love again. And honestly, I was just glad it was over because it was such a bummer at the end.
Seriously, the way I skimmed the last 30% was not even funny.
And I'm like, that was a hot first 3/4, I guess. And that's such a bummer in the way it ended, except it wasn't the end.
No, because there's an epilogue.
There's always an epilogue. And the epilogue is on the day where Tallulah finishes grad school, like 18 months later. And the second she walks out of her final exam, he proposes to her. And there happens to be a sports journalist there for another reason who happens to see him there waiting. And so he's like, you want to hang around for this and capture it. So he lets the sports journalist capture him proposing to her the second she finishes her grad school exams. What? That's so weird. If you've
just taken a 3-hour exam of the last degree, like last unit of your degree,
do it the next day.
I was disheveled.
She's not well at that point.
I hated everything about this. It's also her day, right? Like she's finished her degree on that day. Yes. Fuck off.
This is her achievement. Don't make it about you.
Anyway, he did.
I needed him to wait a full 48 hours after that, but he didn't. So anyway, that's the end, I guess.
I guess. We did it. I mean, good summary. You made the best of a bad lot.
Thank you. It was... I'm so serious when I say for the first 60% of this book, even 70% of this book, we were feral.
Yeah. So feral.
It was like, I mean, he wasn't perfect, but we loved Burgess.
But seriously.
It's actually better that he's not perfect. It's too suspicious.
I really wonder if, like you said, that there was a page quota that had to be met, or...
I feel like there must have been some kind of like like a deadline got moved, or
a different author
there was like a quota she had to meet.
The last 30%.
We didn't need the last 30%,
and it felt like
the thing about Tessa Bailey books is the stakes are usually pretty low.
Yeah,
and even the injury, you could have fully changed it to be like, he had the injury and he did some introspection, blah, blah, blah. And he realized that hockey wasn't going to be everything. And he had a plan for when he was going to, like, they could have still had the argument and it didn't have to blow out into this whole thing and the Costa Rica of it all. And, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fully crazy. Anyway, we did love, from now on, if we're talking about Burgess or Tallulah, we're talking about them in the first 70%.
And you know
we're
that.
Disregarding the last.
I just removed the last 30% from my brain.
Yeah, so tell the listeners about your dream.
I really don't want to because it was quite jarring.
You don't have to tell details. You don't have to tell details. Obviously, that's fucking crazy. But
yeah, look, I read this book and Burgess may have made an appearance in one of my dreams after I had a nap after I was reading. Quite
celebrity appearance.
Quite good dream.
Spicy dream.
But I had just read the bit where they make up, so it's like 68% or whatever. Yep. Had this dream.
That was a good bit.
And I was like, fuck yeah, attached to this character. The book's going to be great.
Yeah, you're like, rare that happens, that they make their way into my subconscious.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I like him.
And then I got hit in the fucking face with bricks.
Yeah, then it immediately took a turn. That's so jarring.
It was so jarring as well because, like, I think if I was just reading it straight, I would have been like, oh, this sucks. But my brain had already latched onto this man and being like, great character. And I was like,
it was the having it in your sleep and then waking up to that.
Really bad. Really, really bad.
Yeah, really bad. Really bad. So, anyway, I guess let's go into the highlightable lines.
Weird.
Or like, actually, what am I saying? Let's go into the categories.
Ding, 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 ding. Categories.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. As always, the quotes we haven't covered already that made us sweat or were funny, or whatever. We just liked them. We highlighted them.
We did.
You go first.
Okay. This is not a smutty one. It's just blood orange and basil. That's what Tallulah smelled like, fresh and sensual. Because usually it's the men that get described as have the smells of the pine and the cedar and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, ooh,
whiskey and cinnamon.
This is zesty, so fun.
That's one thing I did note is that actually at one point Tallulah's like, I hadn't actually clocked what he smelled like, but now that I'd noticed, and I was like, finally, it's not the first thing we hear about him.
What a dream, actually.
It's the first thing we hear about her. So he's down bad. Okay. Mine is, of course, smutty as hell.
Naturally.
Tell me you still taste my cum in your throat and I'll finish you off. So.
What am I to say to that?
With what am I to reply?
I've been silenced.
What? I've been shook. What's your next one?
This is when the couple that get married they ring Tallulah and Burgess at the same time because they kind of figure out that they're together. And Josephine says to Tallulah, pack your bathing suit, especially if you still have that baby blue one from college, because that's one of our wedding colors. And Tallulah's like, I do still have it, but it might be a little bit tight. And immediately Burgess cuts in, like straight away through the half of the sentence, because he's been umming and ahhing about being the best man. He's like, I'll do it. I'll be the best man.
He's like, bathing suit.
Tight bathing suit. I'll do it.
Bathing suit.
I thought that was hilarious.
Simple creatures.
Simple is the word.
Simple. Yeah, and then after that, Wells was like, wow, that wasn't at all obvious. Yeah. Well, my next one, he's talking about his dick.
Naturally.
Yeah. After you meet me down there, you won't be laughing when you talk about it. You'll whisper about my cock like you're in church.
That was such an absurd thing to say. Look, this man has zero self-confidence in himself, right? Like, he is like, I need to retire and pass my peak, blah, blah, blah. But you'll worship me.
But he's like, I fuck.
Whoa.
Burgess is like, I might be over the hill, but one thing about me is I fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to know about it. And we do.
We do. My last quote you've already included.
No, go again.
But it's the one that says, the day we met, you could have asked me to bring you the moon on a platter and I would have done it. Ask me for galaxies now. You get anything you want. Gorgeous. Just let me be the one to spread these legs.
Okay, poetry.
Well,
Okay, this last one feels very baby girl. This is when I was talking about the thumb sucking. And they'd been talking about Tallulah had basically been like, I spoke to Lissa, she thinks you're getting back with your ex-wife. And then they have a conversation about that. And he goes, or is there another reason you wouldn't want me back with someone else? And he puts his thumb in her mouth and he goes, suck on it if the answer is yes.
Oh my God.
What?
Feral, actually.
I was
yeah. Feral.
I was not well. Not well.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Spiciest scene. What's yours?
Well, I agree with you with what you've written. We'll discuss it in a minute, but
sorry, spiciest scene. It's now the GM Fairy Award.
It is the GM Fairy Award.
Yeah.
I actually think when they made out against the side of the car for the first time, the tension in that almost was better than when they actually had sex.
The powder keg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. All the lead up stuff was actually hotter.
Yeah.
I was kind of the same. There was a couple that I was like, this is giving me real baby girl movie vibes. But I think my favorite might have been, or like the spiciest one for me might have been the car after. It's always the car. But after she's gone skinny dipping and they like masturbate basically in front of each other, but they don't really touch each other that much.
It's hot.
And it's hot because there's so much like denial and like restraint.
There's a lot. And then it's almost like a fade to black as well. You're like, what?
And tension.
Yeah.
You're like, and I guess they just packed up and went home after that. What the fuck? Anyway, so that was mine. Okay, we've switched from doing dream casting to cursed casting.
It's way more fun.
It's way more fun. But I could not think of anyone. I feel like you're better at this.
Well, I was trying to figure out how to put the Muppets back in it.
Sam the Eagle as Burgess.
Well, you know what? This is bad, but when he's on the ice and he can't move, I don't know why, but it made me remember that like cartoon of like, it's like a tortoise. I think it's called Arthur, and he goes on all these adventures, but he has like the huge back and he just walks from his hips like this when he had his injury. And I was like, I can't cast that. That's really, really bad. Do you remember that cartoon?
Like the kids show Arthur.
I don't know if it's like I'll have to Google it and figure out. It's not Arthur.
Is the main character a tortoise? Yeah. Are you talking about Franklin?
Yeah, I am.
It can't be Franklin. I'm sorry.
I know. That's why I said I can't cast it.
Way too wholesome. Franklin is not saying he's going to spit on that hot little girl.
I know. That's why I said I couldn't cast it, but that was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, the possibilities though. Not cursed, but I want Harris Dickinson when he's 37 to play this role.
Yes.
He'd be good at it. He'd be good at it. Tallulah, why did Janice from the Muppets just come into my head?
Yeah, look, I was going to say, which one do you think is going to be the Muppet, the guy or the girl?
Oh, so true. We've started doing if you had to cast this as a Muppets movie, which one is it funnier if they're the Muppet and funnier if they're the human out of the main characters? Which is a really long way to name a category. I think we can give up on cursed casting. I can't.
I'm calling it Muppets now.
They're too hetero. It's not funny enough. Yeah. But I think it's funnier if Tallulah's the Muppet.
I think so too. I think so too.
If everyone is Muppets.
Except Burgess.
Tallulah's a Muppet. Burgess not a Muppet.
Burgess hot man.
Burgess, actually, yeah. Make Burgess hot. Why do I feel like, I know we say this every single time, but Henry Cavill in a Muppet
Listen,
movie,
it would be the role of his life.
He would love it. He'd have the best
Seriously,
time.
I think we could make it happen.
Surely.
Why not?
He could grow a beard.
He can grow a beard.
Yeah, I'm listening.
He's a kid now, so he
but
like
everyone
fully...
else it. And Tallulah is Miss Piggy.
Yes, 100%.
Young Miss Piggy.
Slaying.
Okay. The MVP award, which is to the best non-main character.
I agree with what you've said.
I have put it as Chloe because she's, I think, the only one in this book who's actually in it to any kind of degree that doesn't do something dumb and annoying.
And look, there's not a lot of characters to pick from.
She's also going to be the main character in the third one.
Okay. Well, she does do some like comedic...
Well, sorry, did you not pick up on the fucking raging tension between her and her potential future stepbrother?
Yeah, I did, because I was going to ask you about this. I don't understand who's marrying? Who are they related to?
Their parents are getting married.
Oh, I hate that.
But they obviously only got to know each other once their parents started dating, so they were fully adults when they met.
Yes.
And they are definitely attracted to each other, and Sig is fully in love with her.
Oh, he's down bad.
He's down so bad. You can tell even from this book, and I want to read the next one because I actually like those characters better.
Me too.
And they better not jump off a cliff or I'll be mad.
Exactly. Crazy. Yeah, so
So the MVP is Chloe. The biggest motherfucker in this one, normally we often don't bother with this one, but in this one, I want to say it is Burgess in the last 20% 100%. Of this book.
This man is awful.
He sucks. Bring back OG Burgess. What happened to him? We liked him.
If I could cut this book, like literally like guillotine the last 30% of the pages out of the book, it would be great.
Yeah, no, truly. Okay, the final ratings. We made it. We always do spice, plot, and vibes as ratings because they are 3 separate things. Do you want to go first? You've split yours up again.
I have split mine because the 30% change made such an impact for me. So excluding the last 30%, I did spice 4 out of 5. Plot, I have originally said 4 out of 5. I'm going to reduce it to 3.5 out of 5. And then vibes, 4.5 out of 5. Like the first half, I had a great time. Including it brings it down significantly. Spice goes down to a 3 out of 5. Plot goes down to 2.5 out of 5. And the vibes go down to a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. Weird vibes for sure. I've done mine just as an overall. And I've said the spice was 4 out of 5. You can't deny that was good. The plot, 3 out of 5, straight down the middle. And the vibes, also 3 out of 5, but with the caveat that the first part did some serious heavy lifting to keep these scores where they are. Because Burgess was maybe one of Tessa's best male main characters to date at the start. And by the end, I did not like him at all.
Yeah, it was actually really upsetting because this man had so much potential to be like up there in the book boyfriends list.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Tessa, we will continue. I will continue to read your books.
I'm subscribed for life, but like I'm just not happy about it.
They are crack. They are crack, but you know, I guess they can't all be winners. She does write a lot of them.
Yeah, look. We all have off
days. And there are a lot of winners in there. There are a lot of winners in there. So not our favourite, not our least favourite.
It's not the worst book I've ever read.
Just a disappointing end. But yeah, that's us for this episode.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining. These episodes are getting longer. We just have so much to yap about. And we're good at tangents now, I feel. As always, tell your friends about us, please, and follow us on Instagram.
At SmutFairyPod.
At SmutFairyPod. And I think that's all.
Bye!
Once again, I fucked it again. Bye!